Chinese Empire, Qin Dynasty, and its founder. Reasons why the empire was established. Qin Shin Huang focused on improving the political power and the economy of Qin. Therefore, the significant reasons why the empire was established involved developing a state that had a stable economy, unified political power, and a strong military. The period the empire existed. Qin Shi Huang was the first dynasty of imperial China, and it existed from 221 to 206 BC. Nonetheless, the Qin dynasty had cultural impacts on other dynasties, such as the Han dynasty, which followed after its end. The empire at its largest extent. During the Qin dynasty, the Chinese empire's territory was considered mainly, and it expanded significantly. The population also increased, and Qin Shi ensured that an integrated national economy was established. Although the kingdom existed for some years, its most considerable extent was its engineering of the Great Wall of China for defense. Areas the empire ruled. The Qin dynasty ruled China, and the significant areas that the Qin leaders engulfed were the 6 warring states. These areas were Qi, Chu, Yan, Han, Zhao, and Wei. Qin dynasty ruled these areas since it eventually grew to be the strongest, and the other states had to surrender. Languages spoken in the empire. Li Si is one of the Qin dynasty leaders who focused on the standardization of the currency, weights, measures, writing styles, and languages. Consequently, Old Chinese was the language spoken in the Qin dynasty. Religious freedom in the empire. Religious freedom did not exist during the Qin dynasty since some spiritual works were prohibited. Qin Shi Huangdi banned some religious practices and destroyed other faiths' pieces. However, the dominant belief during the Qin dynasty's reign was the Chinese folk religion. Cultures that existed within it involved farming, which was almost universally common. Heredity was also common, whereby professions were inherited. Slavery in the empire. Slavery existed during the Qin dynasty, whereby enslaving families was a form of punishment. Furthermore, during the Qin Empire, China's captivity started increasing since slaves constructed buildings and roads and worked in various infrastructure programs. Thus, slave labor was primarily used to develop the empire.